Well, I know I said it was going to be Wolf Point, but I just wanted to show you some of what Charlotte and I were talking about. I was trying to be gentle and not insulting by any means, but she was letting me just unfold my thoughts about how it's hard to ignore what appears to be shanty towns, you know, and that's the nature of any boom situation, because they're really, she said a lot of the old ghost towns have been repopulated with old campers, and there's somebody putting up a garage. I mean, that might have been happening anyway, but there's just a lot of construction and a lot of people, you know. Trenton here we're about to come into, it's a small town. It shows a grain elevator down there, and I'm sure farming was the predominant, you know, activity until last year or so. She said it was more like the last year, or even more like the more intensive growth period was the last 10 months or so. There's just a presence of campers that have plywood around the bottom of them. What appears to be, you know, rigged situations that people are either in temporary housing or what you and I would probably call temporary, and they're making the best of it for who knows how long. Some people could be here from all over the country, you know, and her sense was that it wasn't going to be necessarily that helpful to the local people, because again, the competition with all these new people moving in to a place like this, I bet you they've got boarders like crazy, and there's a bunch of modular homes that got slapped in there probably recently or recycled. You could probably sell a mobile home anywhere in the country here, or at least get it in the market. And if I was to stay a few days, I'd probably play around with the real estate market just for the fun of it, just to experiment with what goes on here, what prices are, what kind of things they can command. There's an old elementary school, so they still have a thriving community here, but she really helped me kind of get the picture of, yeah, it's a community in shock too. She said, in fact, there were quite a few contested planning and zoning meetings, and they still haven't got it figured out. But anyway, all you can do is wish them well, I guess. And I'm sure everybody who thinks they're in the energy business thinks they're doing something good for the rest of us. And of course, we're the ones that are the addicts who claim to need the oil. Of course, I'm using an oil product right now, and so far be it from me to criticize that, but it would be good if we could find an alternative or a way to use less of it, or a way to not screw up the landscape. And I could tell that she was sort of sensitive to that aspect of all this too. All right, we'll leave this behind me, I bet, or I hope, when I get into Montana. This is what passes as housing out here. I saw where they had put 4 of those modulars back to back or side by side and called it a casino. With air conditioning on each end of it. Oh, there's some of those flames burning off gas. You'd think that they could capture that or use it somehow, but I guess not. But I know if you flew over North Dakota, or this part of it anyway, at night, you could probably mark your location if you knew where all those wells were. I'm sure from a small airplane at night, it's probably pretty. Looks like a bunch of torches out there. Oh well. Maybe I'll talk to you later. Bye.